Hello everybody, Drew here. Tip of the Mint Flips, where every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway, so if you're watching, make sure that you're subscribed so you have a chance to win. I have 5 orders for about $180 going out today, and a couple pending, so if they end up coming through, I'm going to send them out today anyways, just to clear up what I have going out. Maybe I'll turn the camera back on, maybe I won't. First thing going out, and I think this is the last set, we'll find out together, vintage pair of Bakelite green. It is not the last set, there's one more. Dice right here, set of 2, and I got $14.99 free shipping on those ones. Next up on B1, vintage Tupperware orange Cervelier right down here. That container right there. Again, look out for the Cervelier lid specifically. Containers, sure, also. $12 free shipping, because for the lid alone, I'd probably get almost $12 free shipping. So I'm gonna look into that before I list any more of those, where it just might not be worth listing the actual container. It just might be better to just list the lids and, I don't know, donate the containers, I guess, so that people then have to go and buy a lid from hopefully me. After that, on C5, I took an offer, Martha Stewart everyday pan, I think it's 2 quart. Let's see, we got more than one, so let's double check. This is the 3 quart, so I'm assuming this is the 2 quart, and I got these, I think that's it right there, let's double check. 2 quart, yep. And did I need the 2 quart? No, I needed the 3 quart, which you would have already saw and probably been telling me, Drew, no, stop. You need the other one, you big dummy. There we go, the 3 quart. But I got these when I, oddly enough, got this stuff that I'm listing today, which is a bunch of vintage games and children's activities, and I listed a couple more the other day, nothing too crazy. I got that Barbie at that sale and these 2 touring games. I don't know, none of them seem to be great sellers so far. I bought a lot of them. I know there's going to be some real big winners in there, but a lot of it, I would say probably 75% is going to be like this, where I just listed this one, I think $12 free shipping. I thought it was funny. It's called Donkey Party. It's Pin the Tail on the Donkey. So I don't know if they didn't, maybe Pin the Tail on the Donkey was branded at some point, and so they couldn't use it, but Donkey Party, I guess. Also, while I'm right here, this is a speculative buy I did. These are Oreos, of course, and they come with a Pokemon, I don't know if it's a card or something, some type of Pokemon collectible, and worst case scenario is I end up with Oreos. That's why I was like, yeah, my girlfriend called me. She said, hey, do you think these are worth selling? And stuff like that can work out. I remember they did a Game of Thrones one before where I was on the other end of that, where I was buying them, but it was because it's one of those items, don't put them up for auction because they're readily available and tons of people can put them up for auction. So I just kept bidding on all of them that were 99 cents free shipping, or some of them even started at a penny free shipping, and I just wouldn't bid again. And I won multiple packs, like 3-4 packs of Oreos for, including shipping, around $1.50 I think was the most I paid for one. So don't ever do something like that, like this right here, where you don't know if it's going to sell. Don't ever do it as an auction. There are maybe millions of packs of these. I have no idea what kind of production they did, but I'm not trying to make a bunch of money. I just figured, sure, let me give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I end up with Oreos. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying, at the same place I got all those games and stuff, I got these pans, and they really haggled me and were not wanting to budge too much on the games. And some of the most expensive stuff in the pile were these pans. They didn't care about the pans. I got 3 pans, and it was over $100 worth of pans. So, you know, sometimes you do a bundle deal, people don't really notice everything, and it works out ahead. All in all, it's going to work out great for me. But that pan, $25 plus shipping. Next up, I have it in the car. I had to go back to storage to get it, but it is Collier's 24-volume Encyclopedia set. And I took an offer, $110 free shipping. And it's 2 very big boxes. They used to be sitting there. But I was feeling so proud of myself because I boxed them up already and put them in storage. And then they sold within a week. So maybe I could have just left them here. If I would have left them, though, they wouldn't have sold that quick. But at $110, it's going to cost over $30 a box. So it's not a ton of profit after fees and everything, because what's going to happen is, because it's free shipping, or even if it wasn't free shipping, the fees are based on the total value. So the fees on $110 is, well, because media mail items, the fees are actually almost 14%. Other stuff's closer to 10%. It's like 13 bucks. So then you got $70 almost in shipping, somewhere in that range. So you're talking $83. So all of that work, all that hefting around for 25 bucks profit, somewhere in there, somewhere around that area. Not really great, but it was free. I also didn't pay for these. There was no cost of goods. But that's why don't go out buying encyclopedias, trying to ship them and stuff, because it looks like it's a ton of money. It's not always a ton of money. There's a lot of costs involved, including cost of my back. But $110 free shipping, it's gone. They were going to be trash from a friend of mine. And Mike, if you're watching, thank you again. I always like free money. Next up is took an offer, lot of 7 vintage Coleman. And I know where they are just because I saw them yesterday. They're the tough foam, I think is what they call it. Koozies. These right here, tough foams. They're not in great condition, but you can't really hurt these things. They just got some stainage in them. But they paid $25 plus shipping, and it's going international. So they paid about $25 of shipping. So maybe you can't get those whatever country they live in. Who knows? But they're paying about 50 bucks total to get some koozies shipped to them. And it doesn't look like the other 2 orders paid. So that's all that's going out today. So really easy packing because I don't have to pack up the encyclopedias. One of the things I'm getting into with those games, though, is these, which I was, I thought it was just some type of tinker toy, whatever. But then I took a closer look, and it's a Tupper toy. So another branch of the Tupper toys that I didn't know was a thing, because I don't know if I still have one. I do not, but I had sold a train before that was a Tupper toy, and I see those often. Well, I see them enough to know they exist, but these, not a ton of money. 15 bucks probably, maybe 20 bucks free shipping. Box isn't in great shape. It looks okay, but it's not. It's in real bad shape. But I just thought it was interesting. Tupper Toys, another product they have. And this is set 102. There's a set 101. It's got like I think it's a train on the front. But either way, it's just a building set type of toy. Kind of like your, Tinker Toys, Erector set, all the above. Just not a big market for it. But all these toys and game sets, these vintage ones, like this Raggedy Ann dress-up kit, I'm just trying to get these listed before, the big Christmas buy, just in case. Speaking of Christmas, I also, be on the lookout, your bolos of this is called blow mold. These plastic things, these plastic-shaped decorations. These actually bring a lot of money. I have the full set. I have the shepherd with sheep, donkey, the Mary Joseph, the whole thing. I'm not sure on dollars, figures, but this is one of those things where there's a ton of profit, but be comfortable in shipping large items, because this is not a fun pack. This is not an easy pack. It doesn't weigh a lot. It's just big. The one that's the Mary Joseph baby Jesus one, which, because it's 4 boxes or something like that, that one is 4 times the size of this. It's huge. It's from there to here, it's and deeper. So I don't know. I might put in the listing that if you want the box, I'll include it or something like that. Or maybe I'll just say the box doesn't come with it, because these boxes they're junk. They're useless. But I don't know. That's something I got to figure out. But definitely a lot of money in blow mold, especially the Santas. The bigger they are, the more money you get. Better the condition, of course, the more money you get. But not fun to ship, not easy to ship, but they are lightweight. So just be comfortable in shipping if you want to venture into this, but definitely a lot of money involved there. I also today just listed this Pioneer CT-F6-262. Really neat. I like this front loading, this door. It's up and down like that. But something wrong with it. The play button just doesn't engage. I took it apart. I got to a stopping point where I was going to do more damage than good, I think, if I traveled any further. And so then I had to sell for parts because it powers on, all the lights work, all the buttons work except for the play button. And that one's pretty important in a tape player. And then therefore I can't test to see if the bands are stretched out or if the, what do you call it? The part that reads the tape, I'm blanking on what that's called. I can't test to see if that's functioning or needs to be clean. So, you know, I just take a loss. But I paid for this and these two units that you can't see yet. Those will be seen at a later date because I'm not going to dig them out. I paid $50 for all three, plus a set of speakers, plus he threw in a couple small speakers. The small speakers, maybe I'll get $10 for them. Maybe they're trash. Don't know. The big speakers I really didn't want, but then I looked them up, and one of them, the foam is all destroyed, and you can sell them even with the foam destroyed for about $50. This one I listed for, I think, $75, somewhere in that range. You know, if somebody offered me $50, I would take that for sure. But if these ones work, I mean, total, I'm going to make about $1,000 on this whole deal because these are some high-end units, but I'm not expecting that. But that's what I even told the guy when I bought it. He said, you know, people kept asking me questions and want me to plug it in and test it out and stuff like that. And I told him, I'm going to sell this stuff. And even if none of it works and I just clean it up, I'll still make a bunch of money. And he didn't care. He was moving. He just was trying to empty out his pole barn. So he thought that was funny. I thought it was a great deal. I drove a town over right in the middle of dinner, said, I got to go buy a thing from a guy. That's kind of common practice around here now. Another interesting item, I just had never seen these before, but they definitely have a good track record of selling, is this Littenware. It's just microwavable, I don't know, I don't want to call it plasticware, but it's microwavable plasticware. I'd never heard of it, but there was, I don't know, a couple hundred listings, but also a couple hundred sold. So that means there's a really good turnover rate. And I'll definitely be looking out for them going forward. When I was doing it, it kind of made me think of the tip of the day. So the tip of the day, it's not like a tip, but it's a guideline almost, or of how I decide about listing things individually or listing things as a bulk lot. Because I could have just listed all three together, one listing, been done, not as much time. But here's the thing when you're deciding. Don't mind my back of the napkin chicken scratch here. But what happened is there was two at 17 with 9 shipping. These are rounded off. All these numbers will be somewhat. Then one of them was $16, $9 shipping. And so the fees on this from eBay, and these are still estimates and rounding off just for general knowledge, okay, ended up being $7.70. So out of your $50, you end up with a total profit, you know, not including your cost of goods, $42.30. Now, if I had instead lotted all those up, because one of the things with lotting up that people don't want to, because people don't want to do it, is because when you lot it up, you do have to reduce the cost. You can't just take whatever the thing is, multiply it by 3 if you have 3 of them, and expect to get that. That's not how that works. Sometimes it does. But usually when people are buying in bulk, they want a bulk discount. So assume that instead of getting the $50, you get $45. So you lot them together and you make it $45. And then shipping is around $11. Then your fees become $5.60, which becomes a profit of $39.40. So you don't lose, this is kind of the point I'm getting to. You don't lose from $50 profit down to $45 profit because you make up some of that ground in the fees. So instead of that being a $5 difference, of the straight, you know, 3 of them sells for $50, 1 of them sells for $45, really because of fees that you're saving on the combined shipping cost, the difference is only $2.90. So that kind of takes the hit off of reducing a price to sell in bulk or to sell a bulk lot than if you had just sold everyone individually. Still, there's a lot of factors to take in, and that all depends on the person. If you don't have backstock of stuff, always list everything individually. But for me, the only time I really do bulk at this point is if the selling individually doesn't make enough profit for me to make a profit. But that's just personal. But something I just hadn't thought about before is that you do actually, there is a breaking point where fees make a difference. So that's something I'll just have to keep an eye on. I'll figure out over the next, you know, few months what exactly, you know, is that small items, that heavy items, what exactly makes it over that breaking point. But just something interesting I thought I would mention, that when you're thinking about bulk listing, that you do have to consider the savings you'll get from bulk shipping, because how eBay works is you do get charged eBay fees on shipping costs. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.